We never know
Yeah.
what happens in the life. Can we buy some kind of insurance for that loan? What's the benefit of having A-kassa when we are already a union member?
This one is not for students.
Okay.
Students cannot get this.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea behind is that you're going to live here permanently.
No.
And for example, if you're unemployed and if you're a student, you don't pay anything.
It's an insurance for our salary. Hello, welcome to Chandu's Chapters. So generally when we move to a new country or maybe a new place or travel somewhere, we think about like packing bags, or maybe when we move to the new place, like new location, we need a nice home and things like that, groceries, etc. But the most important thing we never think about, at least me from my point of view, I never think about this part in my life, that's insurance. But it's really important because we never know what happens tomorrow and what is on our way. So it's always better to have like insurance covered for like most of the things that is in our life. And today in this video I wanted to share the knowledge that we have. Like I'm bringing one of my friend here to explain all the insurances in Sweden and what is covered by public insurance and what we need to take privately, which insurances we might need. So all these things we are going to cover in this video. So let's welcome our friend here, and he is Noel Vivek. So welcome to our channel. Thank you so much for creating time for it and explaining. I'm going to explain all of this insurances to, including me, to all the viewers as well.
Thank you for having me. So I will shortly introduce myself. My name is Vivek Noel, and Chandrika came with the proposal of that if I want to talk about insurances, then I said fine, I want to do that. That's also because I've been here for a long time, so then I came across many insurance that are actually needed, and also I have worked in Försäkringskassan for a while, so I also know the insurance over there. So there are also insurance that we might miss that we are not aware of, so that's why I'm here to tell you about that.
And I think for most of the people who are like really new to Sweden, they don't even know what is Försäkringskassan mean.
Social insurance.
Yeah, it's a social insurance, and it's purely public related. It's not any private agency or a private company. So as soon as we move to Sweden and we get some kind of a personal number similar to our Aadhaar card in India, we will be tagged and we will be protected by this Försäkringskassan, so as to say. But I have actually piled up a list of questions. So starting with some of the questions, like I'll just go one by one. And I think it's always better to start with health and also social insurance, because we might have so many questions about health. And it is also very important to know what are the insurances kind of that are covered by public and what else we need to take it privately. So the first insurance that we are going to talk about is health and social. And the first question is like, let's say once I got a personal number in Sweden and I'm registered, how does this public insurance work?
So I want to distinct two things here. Public insurance is like the social insurance is a totally different one, and the health insurance is totally different. As soon as you get a personal number in Sweden, it means that you're insured health-wise. So you have a right to hospitals, and if some emergency, you have to visit a doctor. So you can do that. But as you already know, there is a process involved. You have to choose a hospital for yourself. You have to choose the doctor. So that is one. So that it's called health insurance, but you are actually entitled to it. So you don't pay anything extra. But it's like it's your taxes is funded by the taxes.
But does that mean that all the hospital visits is free of cost? Is it coming with the personal number, or is it like?
Let's say you have to go to the doctor. You are very sick and you've been there like 10 times, and you every time you go there you pay a small fee, and then if that accumulates, let's say for example 3,000 kronor, and then that's the limit.
Okay.
So you if it's more, if you have to go to the doctor again, you don't have to pay anymore.
Okay, so we have to spend like, let's say, like upper limit of 3,000
Yeah.
in a year,
Yeah.
and then if we cross it, then it's kind of free.
Yes. And you can always, when you go to the hospital, you can ask how much money you have spent and how much, what is the limit.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So you can ask them and they will give you the information. Yeah.
And for kids, when it comes to kids, is it like totally free?
When it comes to doctor visits for children, it is free until up to 18 years that if you visit them. So
yeah,
I would say so.
Yeah, so yeah, I think only the prescribed medicines, something that we have to buy.
Yeah.
If it is supposed to buy in apotheke, then that's something that we have to pay. But apart from that, it's free until 18. The next question is, what is the biggest difference between residence-based insurance and work-based insurance?
Yes. So now we are coming to the social insurance. So the residence-based insurance and the work-based insurance, these are the two categories within the social insurance. So social insurance is managed by Försäkringskassan. So Försäkringskassan is the responsible authority for that. So once you move to Sweden, let's say once you move to Sweden and you've gotten you have received a personal number, you have to contact Försäkringskassan to get insured. It's almost like when you come to Sweden and you go to the tax office to register and get a personal number.
Yeah.
So it's the procedure is not exactly the same, but it's like the thought is the same. Like you contact Försäkringskassan, I have moved to Sweden, I want to be socially insured. So if you are not socially insured, the work-based insurance and the residence-based insurance, you cannot use it.
Okay.
So they will have to you have to do that first to be entitled to the other insurance under the category.
Okay, so is it like as soon as we get the personal number, we need to go to Försäkringskassan to register or like to activate this?
Yeah, I mean, you don't really have to go to them, like you can do it online. So if you have a bank ID, you can do it online. So that you can do it for yourself and also for your kids and for your family.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what are the things that are covered under this?
Yeah. So work-based insurance, there are categories around this. I will tell you what are those. I will read them.
Came fully prepared.
Yeah. So there are So let's say the first one is sickness benefit, and then the parental allowance.
Yeah.
And then you have temporary parental benefit. And then there is income-related sickness and activity compensation. There is work injury insurance, income pension, unemployment insurance. One thing is for sure, if you're working in Sweden and you're paying taxes, then you're insured for work-based. So the sickness benefit, let's say you got sick and you're working. So then you have to, let's say the first 15 days is covered when you're sick, is covered by your employer. And once those 15 days are passed, Försäkringskassan will take over and will pay you. That is the sickness benefit. Okay, the second one is parental allowance. Yeah. Parental allowance is that when you give birth and you have children, and you want to be with them at home. So this is what allows you to get money during the time you're staying at home.
So this I'm very well aware of because I got used. I used to use this insurance.
Yeah. And then you have the temporary parental benefit. This is like 1 or 2 days. For example, when the kid is sick, you have to be home to take care of them. You can get this, and you get this money directly from Försäkringskassan.
I don't think so. We need to explain in detail about this sickness benefit, right? Like sickness level, because most of us know who are working, they do get paid for like 25 days of vacation days, and maybe if they are sick for 2 days, they get amount directly from Försäkringskassan.
Yeah.
And I don't think so it needs to be explained like in a very detailed level.
No. And the information is available on Försäkringskassan website. So if somebody wants to know.
Yeah.
Residence-based insurance. In this category, we have the child allowance. You have the large family supplement, and then you have the parental allowance at the minimum level, and then you have the pregnancy benefit and then you have housing allowance, elderly support allowance, and old age benefits, disability allowance, and so on.
Yeah. But these are all that we get, even if we are working or not working, like we will definitely get this type of insurances covered by Försäkringskassan
Yes.
if you have a personal number.
This one is not for students.
Okay.
Students cannot get this.
Mm-hmm.
Even
Students in the sense like the people who moved to Sweden as a student. So they cannot.
Even if they have personal number, they cannot get this.
Oh.
Because they cannot be insured for work residence-based insurances. You know why? Because they are considered to be guest students.
Okay.
So even if you come here as a full-time student and then you have a temporary visa, residence permit, then you're not considered to be someone that is going to live here permanently. So that's why.
We can move on to the next question. So, like, I think as soon as we move to the Sweden, we don't get the personal number very fastly. Everything, all the processes here, like, take longer time than expected. So what if they wanted to use some healthcare in between that period before they get the personal number?
Yeah, I mean,
how are they covered?
Yeah, that is a bit complicated actually. So usually the personal number is something they ask you even if when you go to the doctor and they want to know that. I mean, my recommendation is that to have a private insurance that would cover that, and then I'm talking about something like ERV or something. ERV.
Okay.
That's the company name, and so this like. For example, when you have someone visiting from India, these insurances, and that would be good to have that for that period that you don't have a personal number.
Yeah, especially dependents, like if we bring parents, for instance, for a couple of months, and then if they got sick, it's very difficult for them to go to a hospital because of no personal number as such. So
and it's going to be very expensive. So. That is the main reason. The personal number process is late. It becomes late, but it's also good to ask tax office about what they can do if they're sick and they have to visit the doctor, because in a way it is their responsibility to get a personal number as soon as possible. It's also good to question them.
But is it easy to buy some private medical insurances?
So sick hospital insurance. So that is an extra insurance you can have. I mean, of course, you have the right to go to the doctor. Even if it's governmentally financed, the hospital process, it's a bit longer waiting times. And maybe you have an emergency situation where you need to see the doctor. And if you cannot get this help, you can take this insurance just to be safe, and then you will get immediate response, immediate doctor visits and so on.
The next question I have is more or less talking about like companies that we are working, the big MNCs.
Yeah, I can tell about how the insurance works in mine. Then you can tell about yours.
Yeah.
So because I work in the public sector and you're in the private sector. So in public sector is like my employer has already, they have a group agreement with an insurance company. Let's say Scandia, for example, that is the one we have agreement with, and they take up accident insurance and life insurance, and I pay like 10 or 15 kronas a month because of this deal through my employer, and they also give you the option to make new insurances. There's a list, you can sign up for them if you want, and then you pay a certain amount, so you can remove them, sign up. It's up to you if you want, but you will always get a discounted price because of this employer. Now tell me about your insurance.
When it comes to, let's say, Scania, for instance, where me and my husband are working, we have a Scania health center. So which is where we get appointments very fastly. So that is why we really didn't get an extra health insurance from Scania. But it is always open to buy an extra insurance. If you are interested to visit some other doctor, maybe in Stockholm, or maybe a specialist that is not available in Scania Health Center, then it is always good to have a private health insurance which allows you to book an appointment very fastly to the doctor that you need. So according to my experience, at least like to the colleagues that I'm working with, I got to know that it's always good option to buy an extra health insurance,
Yeah.
so that you get an opportunity to meet the doctor as soon as you require it.
Yeah.
I have heard that union also offers some kind of health insurances or insurance benefits.
Yeah.
How does that work?
There is a lot of unions. There's not one union. So you have to be, you have to know a bit about which union is suitable for you, because they are the experts in your area, and they do a lot of research. They have a lot of information for you, and they send you a newsletter, and so on.
You have to pay some amount in order to become a union member, but there are so many other benefits that is tied up.
And for example, if you're unemployed and if you're a student, you don't pay anything. So you win actually.
But you are still you can still be a member.
Exactly. So they don't take any fees from you if you don't have a job or you're a student. You only pay when you have your job. The unions have special agreements with insurance companies. So once you become a union member, through the union you can sign up for these insurances, and you pay a very less price. So if, for example, and in your life insurance, let's say it costs 150 kroners with an agreement, and without an agreement it will cost you 300.
Okay. So being an union member, you will get these insurances with low prices.
Yeah, and then it's also tax deductible. So you don't have to do anything. It automatically deducts from your when you do the tax declaration, it will come in the taxes. And now we're talking about something called Hemförsäkring, income insurance.
Income insurance, yeah.
Yes.
It's basically, if we convert into a simple language, income insurance is more or less like it's an insurance for our salary.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah.
I mean, if we lose a job, or maybe if we kind of cannot work like 100% and get the full salary, for certain reasons, or sick or something, then that's where like this insurance is kind of can help you to top up your money.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the salary kind of. So this compensation you will get only if you are a member of both union and also A-kassa.
But you have to apply for 2 different places. So not a lot of people know this.
It's fully covered only for certain period, like maybe starting 2 months or 3 months, it will be like they cover you 100%. And then if you are still unemployed and if you cannot find a job, it will be 80%, and then it will be reduced going forward. But it's always good to have this income insurance, which means like be part of union and A-kassa. So then in case with this like job market right now, with the situations right now, it's always good to have the full coverage.
Yes.
And so with that said, I think we have crossed the health and social insurances. Like at least my questions, like I have covered all of them. And maybe if you have more questions, you can always drop in the comments or maybe reach Noel all the time. And let's move on to the next one. It's home insurance. Again, like it does not matter if you have like own home that you already bought, or maybe if you are rented out and living somewhere in a small house. This is very important to know what is required here in Sweden.
Everything is so expensive. The work that they do and the material that you need, it's very expensive. So it's good to have a home insurance, and it's not very expensive because it covers a lot of things. It covers in terms of theft and fire and all kinds of there is a lot of things. But let's say there is a damage in your house, like a water leakage. It will cost you maybe 50,000. I
had like little bit of experience with this home insurance as well, because my neighbor, like they had a leakage in the kind of like the washing machine was running and all the water was out, so all the floor is wet. So usually the homes in Sweden it's completely made of wood. It's not like with bricks or maybe cement. So it cannot resist all the water or maybe moisture kind of thing. So they need to kind of take out the floor, blow dry it completely, and then it took almost like 6 months for them to get it fixed. But during this whole period, it's the insurance who has covered them, providing them a stay in a hotel for the 6 months. It's just that they paid like 1,500, the basic amount. The rest of everything is kind of covered in insurance. Home insurance is really good to have. It does not matter if it is your own home that you bought, or maybe if it is something that you are renting out. It's better to have it. As Noel mentioned, like we have valuables in the home, laptops, phones, TVs, or maybe some decorative work pieces which are really expensive. And during the cases of thefts, or maybe something that you lost,
Yeah.
or maybe something that got damaged with the kids that are playing, like just like a throw of a ball can damage a TV.
Yeah.
So everything will be covered in this home insurance.
Yeah.
And but basically you have to pay that basic
Small fee. Yeah.
small fee.
Yeah.
It's good to give a bit of an overview of which home insurances are like, what are the companies,
Yeah.
and which of them are like, good enough,
Yeah.
or most people are using, because that might be a good tip for the people who have recently came to Sweden, who have no clue about like, what are the companies, where to buy insurance. So just it's good to give some examples of which companies.
So let's say the bigger one are Folksam. You have this is one of the biggest one, and then you have Barnförsäkring. Then there is Skandia. Then there is there is a few more. I mean, there is a lot of big companies.
I know one.
Yeah.
If that's what we
If
have.
also, yeah, if is there, and then so I recommend all the time to compare. Compare what are they covering. That is what you have to check. How much does it cost? Do I need it?
Yeah, exactly.
And how much am I willing to pay every month? So you have to see all these things, and then you compare, and then in the table, and they say, like for example, and you also know that there is like one basic, then there's one middle, and then there is full.
Yeah.
So you choose. I mean, do I need a middle one? Like
it all depends on your need.
Exactly. If there is like one room apartment, you don't need a big one.
Yeah.
You need a basic one, for example.
And actually, I can give one more example here when it comes to basic, medium, and high. We had, I think, medium insurance, something like that. But then recently, when we traveled to India, we kind of stuck in, like my husband and my son got stuck in Qatar for like almost 2 days. And when we called insurance, they said one thing that, if you have taken the premium, like the highest end insurance with us, you could have got covered. You could have like we could have paid you almost 10,000 SEK for this kind of the delay that happened.
Yeah.
Since we didn't have like high end package, we got very very less amount.
Yeah, I understand.
But they also mentioned one more good tip which I wanted to share. They said that you don't need to add this travel part into the home insurance like the whole period. You can do that just before your travel as well. Just before you're traveling to India, or maybe some other trips or something like that. If you add that to your basic insurance, then whatever happens in the travel, it can cover you. So and then as soon as you are back home, you can just remove it off.
I mean, this is what happens when you learn, and tricks, and little tips on how to save money, how to use it effectively. I mean, and one more thing is like, you shouldn't be afraid to change companies also.
Yes, exactly. We should always have it in our back, think about it, and then compare it. Check with this like multiple companies every now and then. Sometimes they run campaigns, sometimes they give good offers. So switch and then come back. So it all happens naturally.
When switching, you should make sure that you don't have a gap in between.
Yeah, exactly. It should cover all the days.
Yes.
We never know what happens in the life. You also have one last, I think, biggest question. So when we buy a home, usually we take some loan in the bank. And then this loan sometimes will, like, let's say if something has happened and we couldn't pay the loan, can we buy some kind of insurance for that loan? Do we have that option?
There is something called Hemförsäkring, and then
okay.
That's one, but there is more like that are similar to that one. Let's say the reason that you will obviously not pay is like because you are laid off, or you don't have enough income, or you get too less A-kassa or something, or health. These are the two reasons, right? So if that happens, you can have this insurance that they will pay you. There also it's very important to check what are they paying, how much are they paying, and how long.
What situations they are paying.
Exactly, how long they are paying. It's very important.
And then I think I remember one more thing now. Like one of my colleague, he has took some insurance for his loan in the same bank that he took the loan, basically like in SCB or something. And we can take the insurances for our loan in the same bank as we bought the loan.
Yeah,
as
that's
well.
actually a very good idea, to be honest, because usually the one who is giving the loan is also the one who's giving the
Insurance as well. Reason behind to take this particular insurance on your bank loans or maybe personal loans is, let's say nothing should happen, but if you are not alive, and then the other person, like other partner in the home, should need to pay the whole loan, right?
Yeah.
So in that case, this insurance will help you to
Yeah.
waive off the loan completely, or maybe waive off some amount, so that it becomes easier for one person to handle that.
Yeah.
We generally don't think of these situations. Only when we speak about like insurances, we think about like these extreme situations. But it's always good to have something of this in the back of head, like what happens, we never know. So now let's move on to the car insurance.
Yeah.
So we cannot live in this cold country without a car. For the beginning, first 2 years we didn't have a car, but then we survived very well. It all depends on once you get used to this luxurious kind of life. Of course, car is a luxury as well. Even though it is small or big, it's still a luxury. Then it's hard to go back.
Yeah.
So so we need a car insurance for sure, and I wanted you to explain a bit more about, because I'm not good at it.
Yeah, exactly like in home insurance, the car insurance also has 3 categories: a smaller one, middle one, and bigger one. So also here, the middle one, for example, it only covers, let's say you're in an accident, let's say, it only covers damage to the other person. So it will not cover the damage to you. So, and the higher level, it covers for both partners. So, but also I know that I have a lot of friends that I have go off for the middle one. It's because he thinks he has a very cheap car and it's old, and he buy it used one, and then he's gonna obviously throw it away after he use it, unless it dies. So in that cases, I mean, it also depends on you, and then you compare and see. But if you think that I want to be stress free, because it depends on what car you have. If you have an expensive car, let's say you have an expensive car, like if you have to fix it, it's gonna cost you a lot.
Exactly. And it also depends upon when you got the license. If it is like a new driver, then definitely you will need to have like full insurance.
Exactly.
But what is the basic amount, the deductible amount? Is it common for all the 3 types, or is it different?
That's a good question. You have to check that, because in that case, this is one you have to compare. First, if you're going to take for the full insurance, you check how much you're going to pay every month. One. Number 2, let's say, then you check how much you have to pay on your own, the risk
amount.
Risk amount, how much you have to pay. Because some companies start at 5,000, some companies start at 3,000, so like that. I have, for my insurance, I took, on top of that, the full insurance, I took something that costs like 14 crowns per month or something.
Okay.
Which means that I don't have the own risk.
No, risk-free. It's risk-free. Which means you don't need to pay anything if something happens.
Exactly. So that's a very good question. You have to check that as well, because it's pointless. You're paying, like, let's say 600, 700, 800 a month, and then something happens, you have to pay 5,000 more risk money. It's like, what I'm paying for, so it might as well be less.
Yeah. And what are the most common companies again when it comes to the car insurance?
Oh, there is a lot. I mean, the Barnförsäkring, Folksam, they are there. But as I said, in Sweden, it's a cultural thing. The mentality here is about safety, insurances. You will hear that all the time. So social insurance, So the thing is that you have new companies are coming all the time, because they know the market
is very big in Sweden
for insurances and so on. So that's why it's good to check. This is a cheaper one. Check what are they paying for, and choose that one that is like cheaper, and then change also when you find something cheaper. So you say like, we have a campaign for new customers, and then you switch the company.
Yeah, exactly. So with that, like I think my questions related to car insurance has been covered, and let's move on to the life insurance.
Yeah.
And then yes, we all might know what is life insurance mean, and why we need it in Sweden
Yeah.
as well. That's something that we have to talk about and explain.
I mean, life insurance is something that you need everywhere. And I think this is like life insurance is like more like a safety to your the ones that you that you leave behind. Basically, sounds very tragic, but it basically gives you the amount, a lump sum amount.
If something happens to.
But then also there you can also choose. And you know, here I was telling you about that the one I told you about my employer having special agreements and through the unions. There also you will get a lower price every month if you're a member. Exactly. So if I will pay 300-400 a month, maybe now I only pay 100 a month
because you are a member of union.
Exactly. Or my employer has some special agreement. So there's two, and then you can also choose the level of amount. So you have to keep in mind. Let's say, we are a family of 4 or 5. Maybe you want to have an insurance for 2 million minimum, something like this. Because each, like thinking, like, you know, in the future, I mean, it gets expensive. How much is 1 million in those days, in the coming years? So like that you have to. It
all depends upon the market and
Yeah.
But is there any deductible for life insurance?
No, especially not. Life insurance is something like you do it privately, so and it's an individual choice, so it's not regulated like other insurances. So.
And is it the same companies also that provide life insurance, like Folksam?
Yeah, there is a lot of companies. You have to compare. It's good to compare and see.
Yeah, and then the next section is the child insurance.
Child insurance is basically, let's say, the extra insurance that we take. I mean, for example, I was mentioning earlier about the sick hospital insurance, you know. It's similar to that, but here you get a lot of support up till 18 years if some child has psychological problems or something.
So some kind of health issues, especially ADHD or...
Yeah, I mean, it's covered until 18 years, but if you don't have special needs, I don't think this is required.
Okay.
Personally. Because, you know, the children are really taken good care in Sweden. I don't want to feel people should get worried about this. Because the children are really taken care here. But it's also up to the parents to see, in a way, like, you know, have consultation with the doctor and see, perhaps, and do some research, of course. See, okay, this insurance, is it suitable for our child, or do we require it? Kids that are born in a disoriented way or have special needs, they are actually taken care of here as well. Otherwise. So only if they need it. You know?
It all depends on personal perspective. The next insurance is the travel insurance. Do I definitely need a special travel insurance before I travel, or maybe if people are traveling from India to Sweden, like very recently or now they are going to travel, do they need to buy some specific travel insurance?
There is 2 categories. Like one, we leaving from Sweden, one coming to Sweden. We that live in Sweden are going out,
somewhere,
for example. Like, you know, in your home insurance, you're covered 45 days. You know that. But there's a lot of credit card companies, and I don't know what cards you use, but if you pay with a certain credit card, like for example Klarna, they give you also insurance.
Okay.
So if you pay with, there is a lot of cards.
So if you buy ticket with, let's say, Klarna, so the insurance is kind of covered.
So you should read those as well. So let's say if you have some cards that you use, a credit card or a debit card, usually banks with debit card, they don't give those kind of insurance. SCB or something, they don't do that, or Barnförsäkring, they don't do that. They'll say that home insurance covers that, but credit cards, if you pay anything with them, they usually have this kind of It's a lot of there's a lot like
Yeah.
cancellation insurance and so on, like so. And the other one, when people come to Sweden, let's say I'm considering in people don't live in Sweden, they need to have insurance because medical here is very expensive, and it also and then you will get help, but then you have to cover the
It
expenses.
will take some time, and also when it comes to expenses, it is a lot. So especially people traveling newly to the Sweden, like students, or maybe going to start working here, or maybe as a dependent, or maybe as like traveling to see their kids. So they definitely need some kind of travel and also health insurance. And I think we came to the last before section. It's unemployment insurance, and it's about A-kassa,
Okay.
A-kassa. We have spoke about union, and I just wanted to bring out some questions about A-kassa instead, because I always confuse between what's the benefit of having A-kassa when we are already a union member. What's the biggest difference between both of them? And then A-kassa, for instance, will I just like, of course I need to be a member, but then like I think we need to come, as soon as we come to Sweden, we need to register ourselves. There is no one here tells you to register in A-kassa, or maybe to register in union. So it's always like your colleagues or maybe friends will guide you, do that. It is just good. So I just need to understand, like, why we need it.
Yeah, I mean, this is so important, A-kassa, and I have met so many people that have not signed up for it, and I sometimes hear news of being laid off and so on. I mean, it's such a security and safety. It's a sense of security for many. So the reason is the difference between A-kassa and union is A-kassa is the authority that pays you money. From union, it doesn't have the same role. Union is like any other union, like any other union in India, for example, labor union. So their role is different. Okay, so the A-kassa is something that you have to apply for, and you can only do that when you have a job.
Okay.
So as soon as you get a job, you sign up for it.
But can I just be a member of A-kassa instead of union? Can I also do that? Like,
yeah. You can. So,
I don't want to be a part of union, but I just want to cover cover myself if something happens to my job. Then I just can be a member of A-kassa instead.
There are two independent ones. It's all voluntary. Both the union and A-kassa is voluntary. It's up to you if you want to become member or not. But
because both the things cost different, and we have to pay differently, and A-kassa charges like at least 140 SEK per month, which is lower compared to the union. Union is a bit more costly than A-kassa.
That's correct. But A-kassa has helped me a lot when I was laid off, and I was period of searching job, and that the reason for that was I was in A-kassa, so that was good for me. So when I didn't get a job, I was covered. Basically.
But apart from that, does A-kassa covers anything else?
No, they only cover 80% of your salary until the certain.
So it's just for your, like, let's say the income insurance kind of thing. Now I got some pretty good picture about A-kassa. We came to the last section of the insurances. I just wanted to highlight, like, is there any other insurances that we have missed, like home, car? Apart from that, what are other insurances that we have to think about? Like, let's say we have an accident insurance, and how is that useful? When is that useful? Because we already have health and we already have home. So do we need to have an accident insurance, for instance?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same. Like I said before, you need it everywhere in the world. I mean, you never know what happens. So accident insurance, I think, is good to have it because it also gives safety to you and your family, let's say. For example, if you met with an accident, you have to read the terms, but some of the very common terms is that they pay you until you are totally rehabilitated, and they also pay you a lump sum amount when it happens. And then they actually, in some terms, are like they give some support to the family,
But is this not covered in, let's say, home insurance or maybe health insurance? Is this not covered there?
No, not usually. Not usually.
Okay, so health insurance is different from, like, let's say,
I mean, you
accident
you
insurance.
can go. I mean, you can go. For example, okay, now I clarify. You can go to the hospitals and so on. You will get the support and everything.
Yeah.
But sometimes you need extra. Let's say all the consequences that you face because of the accident, it will cover it. Always after an accident, there is a rehabilitation period. You cannot get to now it's okay.
Yeah.
And that period is very tough. That time you get covered by like physiotherapy. This is an extra insurance. You should not forget that.
The next thing is like pets. I don't have a pet, but I know that many people buy pet insurance as well.
Yes.
For the pets.
Yes.
So I don't know why.
That's because it's very expensive. The idea of pet here is very different. It's more almost like a family member, you know. It's good to have that because it's very expensive to treat them.
Yeah, I think I have covered all of my questions then. In summary,
but do you want to go into a dental insurance? Tandvård.
Oh yeah, I forgot about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I can
Good
talk
that
about
you have raised.
Yes,
Yeah, especially after moving to Sweden in this cold country, we definitely get some dental issues for sure. But I mean, it is still covered by.
I mean, the thing, I can explain it to you. First of all, every year you have a certain amount that is allotted to you. Okay, and that amount doesn't come into your account or something.
Yeah.
That is the day you moved, the day you visit a dental person, and then you say that you want to use this money, the money will be automatically cut.
Okay, from that particular account. But how much is that?
I mean, for our age group, it's only 300.
Okay.
And you can save it for 2 years, so it's 600.
600. Okay. So for me in that case, like I haven't used my 300 like for almost 6 years now.
Yeah.
So can I use it, like go clean up with all of this at a time?
You can only save it for 2 years, so it's the maximum.
So the past 2 years I can use it like 600 crowns.
Yes.
This is a good thing to know actually. Even I have no clue about it, but then
it's good. I think I suggest it would be good to ask them before, so you don't get any surprises.
Yeah.
So you ask them, I want to use my dental support. I haven't used it in 2 years, and I want to clean my tooth. How much does it cost?
Yeah.
So because up to 3,000, you pay.
Yeah, exactly, per year.
And
it includes dental as well.
So in that 3,000, they will cancel that
300
or 600 if you didn't use it for 2 years, and then after 3,000, the Försäkring will pay you 50%, and if it's more than if it reaches 15,000, then they will pay 85%. You pay 15%.
Okay, yeah.
And then the support is 300. It's not for everyone. I think kids until 19 or 23 it's almost
is free.
Completely.
Is free. Yeah, is free.
And it's different for every different age group.
In different age groups. Okay. So I mean, I think most of these dental cares, they run some private dental cares. They run some campaigns or something which you get to clean up the teeth, just like for free. If you kind of can call the Försäkringskassan and check with them. Yeah, it will be deducted in your account.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good to know. Is there anything else? This type of things that we need to know about?
No, I think we have covered many, but I will just send a suggestion to everyone. The market is for insurances. So don't buy unnecessary insurance, because I have done that.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought, why do I need all these insurances? I'm paying so much, like 1,000 kroner or something, 1,500 a month. I don't need it.
Yeah.
You know, still have a bit of faith in the Swedish health system, because and the school system. They're tax financed and they are there. You know, there is their job to take care of you. Yeah. And we already pay a lot of taxes, and that's enough. I think.
Yeah, exactly. So we have to really choose ourselves, like what do we need, and categorize it. And I think today whatever I brought up in this video, that's the most important insurances that maybe as a person we might need. So yeah, basically you can plan based on that as well. And we can wind up with some summary. And is there any other things that you want to bring up, and maybe some common mistakes of.
I think it's not common mistake. I think it's good to be informed. All the information is there. Read Försäkringskassan on the website. If you can be a part of a union, and read stuff about these things and be informed. I think that's a good thing, rather than just spending like 12,000 a year on insurances.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's a good tip actually. What is the most important insurance they might need as soon as they are
the most important one is, once they get the personal number, choose a hospital. Choose one, and then the other one is social insurance. If you have these two, then no problem. You don't have to worry about the rest. Then the others will come step by step. And when I was a student, I didn't need any insurance.
Yeah. I mean, we are new at that point of time, but it's always good to have extra insurances, because it is not being covered, because students are considered as guests. And then we never know, if something happens, we cannot visit a doctor, and it's better to have insurance covered.
Yes, yeah. But it's also good to, like, for example, the sick health insurance I told you about. If you have a health condition, let's say, I don't know, some chronic, it would be good to have that one. But if you're absolutely healthy, like you don't have any problems, I don't think you need to have that.
It's always, if you are going to visit a doctor very regularly because of some kind of sickness, it's better to have, private health insurance.
Exactly.
So you can see the doctor very immediately when you need. It all depends again, like, on the personal choices and personal needs.
Yes, exactly. Okay, but then I don't have anything else to add.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here and explaining the whole lot of the insurances things, and many of my doubts as well cleared. And then if you have any questions, it's always open to add in the chats.
I think, and then we will try to answer.
So thank you so much, and thanks for watching. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me. Thank you. Bye.